We start this evening with breaking news in Weld County. One person is dead, another in critical condition after a grass fire in Greeley this afternoon. That fire spread quickly around power lines as witnesses say strong winds whipped along the interchange of Highway 34 and Highway 85. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Mark Salinger. Want to get right out to Greeley. 9 News reporter Spencer Soisher is there. And Spencer, Greeley police have not confirmed what started the fire, but you spoke with someone who said that they saw it happen.
Yeah, that is what happened. Out here right now, there are still XL Energy crews examining this site. We've seen multiple power poles that are leaning off of their normal base and multiple power lines that are on the ground as well. XL Energy told us tonight that the wind that came through here, a microburst, broke multiple power poles, and the police department said tonight that down power lines delayed how quickly first responders were able to get into this site to try to stop the fire that was spreading. According to police, when first responders got here, the fire was actively spreading on a plot of grass near the Highway 34-85 interchange toward unhoused encampments. Police say early on, emergency crews found a 45-year-old woman dead near the burn zone and a 48-year-old man in critical condition who was airlifted to a Denver hospital. People in this area this afternoon say there were extremely strong winds like XL described. One woman told us she was driving into those heavy winds on the overpass here when she saw the fire start.
As the microburst kind of passed over us, we then saw all of the power lines, like to the south of us, start snapping and falling over. And then immediately we saw sparks hit the grass in the field right there and started the fire.
Greeley PD and fire have not confirmed how the fire started or if the power lines were involved. We asked XL again tonight how the fire started. They said it was still under investigation. That woman, she kept driving over the overpass, she said, and then quickly called 911. She believes she was one of the first people that was able to do that. Greeley police and Greeley fire say they have a joint investigation into the cause of the fire and the origin of it. Live in Greeley, Spencer Soisher, 9 News.
And we'll keep asking those questions about whether or not the power lines were involved in the start of that fire. I want to bring in Corey Reppenhagen now to explain more about what we believe happened here. Corey, microbursts are very concentrated but can cause a lot of damage. Very hard to predict as well. It's not like today was one of those days where we see a ton of wind that's predicted and they shut off the power ahead of time.
Yeah, this didn't come from one of those really big windstorms like we see in the winter and the spring months. It came from a very small pocket of evaporating rain that could have happened anywhere on the entire Front Range today, but that's where it hit in Greeley. Let me show you the science behind what that happened, because we had the perfect setup today. We had some moisture up in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, but everything down low was very hot and very dry. And when that little rain shower was able to form over the Greeley area, the rain fell into that very hot, dry air, and that caused evaporation. And so almost all that rain evaporated on the way to the ground, and that creates a pocket of very cold air just below the rain cloud. And cold air is much more dense and heavy than warm air, and so it falls into the warm, light air, and it's like dropping a bowling ball out of an airplane. That wind can really accelerate and hit the ground, and that's when you get the microburst that happens, and these can hit the ground at 50 to 100 miles per hour. It's not always the vertical winds that do the damage, but a lot of times it's the wind that spreads out on the bottom that causes the damage, and that's what happened today in Greeley. And we'll have the same setup tomorrow, so we could see some more dry microbursts in the area.